Hello friends, welcome to Suresh Aggarwal's Mathematics Shortcuts. So how many of you know 5 different methods of finding the highest common factor of numbers? 5 methods? Are you joking? No, I am not. There are 5 methods of finding the highest common factors of numbers, and you are never going to get stuck in finding the HCF. Very important for junior students, very important for class 10th, very important for all the quantitative aptitude exams. The fourth and the fifth method which I am going to take up may be the short tricks, and therefore you need to watch the entire video. So before I take up all these methods one by one and develop smartness in you in finding the HCF of numbers, please subscribe the channel if you have not done till now, and I hope you are watching all the videos and sharing them with your friends on your WhatsApp groups, so that even educator gets motivated when they see large audience coming and appreciating their work, right? So don't forget to subscribe the channel, don't forget to click the bell shaped icon so that you don't miss out on any fun which I am uploading on the channel. And also, if you want all these short tricks which I've been posting on the channel, at one place, then you need to go for the combo. That is the combo of short tricks and the reasoning course. Must attempt. Must grab a copy, and that carries a very nominal cost. My WhatsApp number is here, so you can send me a message on WhatsApp if you are willing to invest a little bit on your education. When I say little bit, it is really little bit. Okay, so let's take 5 methods and watch the entire video. The fourth and the fifth methods are going to be a surprise. So friends, what is observation method? Have you ever heard of observation method? No, right? See, the meaning HCF is really important, and that's where the students lag. They don't know what they are finding. They know the method which is being taught in the school, but they don't know actually what does it mean. Knowing a method is not mathematics. Knowing the concept is the mathematics, right? So factor, this is the word, real important word, factor. What is a factor? A factor is a number which divides any other given number. Like suppose I take the example of 12. The factors of 12 are the numbers which divide 12 exactly. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 12. All these numbers divide 12 exactly, and therefore these are the factors of 12. Now suppose apart from 12, I have another number, say 8. Now what are the factors of 8? 1, 2, 4 and 8. These 4 numbers divide 8 exactly. And so I know the factors, the meaning of F. Now what is CF? CF means common factors, right? And common is always between something. It cannot be only in one number, right? So common factors. What are the common factors? 1, 1, 2, 2, 4, 4. There is no 8, right? So 1, 2 and 4 are the common factors of 8 and 12. Now come to the first alphabet, that is H, the highest common factor. Between 1, 2 and 4, what is the highest one? 4, right? And therefore, the HCF of 8 and 12 is 4. Now that's what observation is. Now observation is based on the meaning of HCF. Anybody who is clear about the meaning of HCF will never commit an error in finding the HCF of small numbers. I have to do justice. Small numbers means really small numbers whose factors are easy to find. I cannot tell you to find the HCF of 1248 and 3488 using the observation method. That's foolish, right? We can't do it. And now, meaning of HCF. Let's demonstrate it using some more examples. Let's take 10, 20 and 45. Now again your observation is going to work. Any number which ends in 0 and ends in 5, they have to be divisible by 5, right? And so 5 is a common factor. And when you eliminate 5 from these, 5 2s are 10, 5 4s are 20, and 5 nines are 45. Now you know that 2, 4 and 9 will not have any other common factor because 9 is 3 times 3. It is divisible by 1, 3 and 9 only. Whereas 2 and 4 are not divisible by 3. So now they don't have a common factor and therefore the HCF of these numbers is 5. Pretty easy, right? That's what is observation, the meaning of HCF. That will help you here. I'll give you one more example, then we'll move on to the second method. 26 and 65. Now what are the factors of 26? Oh, this is 2 times 13, right? And apart from 1 and 26, only 2 and 13 works. For 65 it is 5 and 13, right? And so where is the common factor? The common factor is this number 13 only, and therefore the HCF of these numbers is going to be 13. Mental maths, little bit of good sharp observation and you can find the HCF of small numbers. Let's move on. This is the most common method which is taught at school level. So I am going to rush through this method. For numbers which are easily factorizable, the key thing here is easily factorizable. Now everything is not easily factorizable. If I may ask you to make factors of 1347, even sharpest of the minds are going to struggle in making the factors. If it is not divisible by 3, then it's altogether a different story. You need a lot of skills to make factors of big numbers which are divisible by maybe 23 directly. So this method works only when the numbers are easily factorizable. So what is the method? And let's take an example of 28 and 70. Okay, now 28 I know is easily factorizable. I can write the prime factors of 28 quite easily. 2 times 14 and 14 is 2 times 7. So this is 2 square times 7. 70 is 2 times 35. 35 is 5 times 7. Right? So where is the highest common factor? Now for the highest common factor, you just need to consider the same base. 2 is the same base here, the common base, and here we have the 7 also. Take the lower power of the common factor. So here we have 2 power 1 and here you have 2 power 2. So take 2 power 1 in the HCF, and 7 and 7 both have power 1 only. So 7 will come as it is here, and therefore the highest common factor of the numbers is 14. That's pretty easy, right? And pretty elementary, which you have studied at school level also. Let's take 3 numbers. Say 70, 105 and one more number, I have written it here, 175. Let's take these 3 numbers now. For the factors of 70, 70 is divisible by 2. So 2 times 35, 35 is 5 times 7. 105 divisible by 3, so 35 again, so 5 times 7. 175 divisible by 5, so I get 35 again, and so this is 5 square times 7. Now, so what is the highest common factor of the 3 numbers? Where are the common factors? 5, 5, 5 square. The lower power is 5. 7, 7, 7, it's the same thing, so 7, and therefore the highest common factor is 35. But the method works only when the numbers are easily factorizable. Okay. Now come to the important parts of the video. The third one, the long division method for large numbers which are not easily factorizable. You can't observe and tell the answer. You can't make factors of those numbers. I mean, it will take a lot of time if you start making factors. You may be able to make, but you will consume a lot of time. And in competitive exams, time is what matters the most, right? So, long division method. Let's take an example where I have 3 numbers and I have to find the HCF. Even this works even for 2 numbers. So in the previous question I took 105 and 175, right? So if I want to find the HCF using long division method, I will take the bigger number or the larger number and divide it by the smaller number 105. So this is 1 times 105, subtract, you get 70. Now this divisor becomes the dividend and the remainder becomes the divisor. So 71 times is 70, you get 35. Do the same thing again. This divisor becomes the dividend here, and 35 2 times is 70, gives you a 0 as the remainder. Now once you get 0 as the remainder, the last divisor will give you the highest common factor of these two numbers, which is 35. Now this is called long division method. I'll take one example, and then we'll move on to the surprise of the video. Let's take the example of 84, 192 and 276, these three numbers. You may pick up the first two numbers, divide the larger one by the smaller one. So 84 2 times is 168, right? Subtract. Gives me what? 4 and 2, 24. I have to keep on doing this until I get a 0 as the remainder, okay? So 84 becomes the dividend now. 24 3 times is 72. So this gets me 12. So 24 becomes the dividend now, and 2 times is 24, so 0. Now I got 12 as the HCF of first two numbers, and now I will take up the third number 276 and divide it by the HCF of first two numbers, that is 12. So 12 2 times is 24, so gets a 3 and a 6. 12 3 times is 36. Oh my god, that's exactly divisible, so it's giving me a remainder of 0, and therefore the last divisor here is the HCF of the three numbers, and the answer is 12. This is long division method, right? Already studied. Now come to the surprise of the video. Using LCM concept. Do you know that using the LCM concept, so if you are good in finding the LCM of numbers, the HCF also can be found out very easily. So some people are really good and sharp in finding the LCM by observation or through inspection. They can find the HCF also. So for two numbers, I am going to take up the method for two numbers. Okay, I'll demonstrate it using the same example 8 and 12. So what are the multiples of 8? The multiples of 8 are 16, not divisible by 12. 24 is divisible by 12, right? So 24 is the LCM of 8 and 12. Now this is how you find the LCM. Keep on taking the multiples of any one number, and the first multiple which is divisible by the other number is the LCM of these two numbers. Now once you know the LCM by observation, the HCF can be found out by using the product of numbers, that is 8 and 12 product, and dividing it by the LCM. So the LCM is 24. So 12 cancels out this 2 times, and 8 upon 2 gives me 4 as the HCF of 8 and 12. Now that's a demonstration, right? You should know how LCM concept can help us in finding the HCF also. Likewise, you can go on and take so many examples. Let's take 18 and 60. Okay. So, I'll take multiples. 60 is not divisible by 18. So, 120, the next multiple, it is not divisible by 18. The next number 180, multiple of 60, is divisible by 18, right? And so, 180 becomes the LCM of these two numbers. Easy, right? And then finding the HCF is even more easy. Just take the product of 18 and 60 and divide it by the LCM 180. So 0 cancels out, 18 cancels out, and the answer is 6. The LCM of HCF of 18 and 60 is 6. You want me to take one more example? I'll take it. The example may be like 30 and 50, easy one, 30 and 50. So what do? 30 is not divisible by 50, or 50 is not divisible by 30. 100 is not divisible by 30, but 150 is divisible by 30. So this is the LCM. Now what is the HCF? HCF is the product of the numbers divided by the LCM, and that will get you 5 3s are 15, 150 by 15, that is 10. So the highest common factor of these numbers is 10. That's the fourth method. Sometimes finding LCM is easier for students and HCF is difficult. So using LCM you can find the HCF. Now be prepared for the surprise of the video. This is called the minimum difference method and it is the shortest trick for finding the HCF of large numbers. So let's take the first example where I am taking 182, 208 and 754. Now I want to find the HCF of these numbers. So friends, what do we do here? See, 182 and 208. What is the difference between these two numbers? If you subtract 182 from 208, you are going to get 26. If I am not wrong, yes, 26. The difference between these two is much larger than 26. And obviously the difference between first and third will be even more larger. So this is my intention. My intention is to get the minimum difference of the three numbers, that is 26. Now 26 is 2 times 13. Okay. So I will check these three numbers 182, 208 and 754. All three are even numbers, right? So this 2 will surely divide all three, right? So if I divide this by 2, I get 91. If I divide this by 2, I get 104. And if I divide this by 2, this is 377. Now I need to check whether this 13 divides all three or not. All three, mind you. 13 7s are 91, 13 8s are 104, 13 2s are 26, 117 means 13 9. Wow. All three are divisible by 13 also, and therefore since both of them are dividing these numbers, we get 26 as the HCF of these three numbers. Now you can check using the traditional method whether you are getting the same answer or not. Likewise, if I take one more example, let's take 330, 225 and 450 and try to solve this using the minimum difference method. What is the minimum difference? Okay, so this is the smallest one and this is the next larger, right? So the difference between these two is going to be 75, 105, right? 105. The difference between these two is much larger and the difference between 450 and 330 is 120. So minimum difference is 105, right? So what will I do? 105, I'll break it into its factors. So 3 times 35 means 5 times 7, right? Now I'll pick up one factor at a time. 330, 225 and 450. Let's keep on marking right or wrong. Will 3 be a part of HCF? Yes, if it divides all three. Okay. 3, it divides this. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, it divides this and it divides this. So 3 will be a part of HCF. Let's divide it by 3. 110, 7, 5 and 150. So these are the numbers which are left now. Let's take 5. All three are divisible by 5, so 5 will also be a part of HCF. 5, 2s are 10, 2s are 10, 5, 1, 5, 5, 30, right? And now the number 7. Will this be a part of HCF? Does it divide all three? No, it doesn't divide 30, it doesn't divide 22 and it doesn't divide 15 also. Even if it doesn't divide one of them, it will not be a part of HCF. And therefore, the highest common factor of the three numbers is 3 times 5, that is 15. Now, this is called the minimum difference method of finding the HCF. Amazing, right, friends? So many different things are there in mathematics to learn, and that is why the compilation of the short trick ebook. That means that's the thing which I focus on. That's the thing which I keep on telling to the students, and the parents, that you spend lakhs of your money, hard-earned money on education of your child, giving them the best mentoring, the best books, This ebook is going to build up a very strong base for your child, and he will be able to appear in all future competitions very easily. So send me a message on WhatsApp. 9996369963 is the number, and I'm sure that will benefit you for life. So friends, if you like this video, do share it with all your friends. Do not forget to subscribe the channel and click the bell shaped icon for getting all the notifications on the channel. Thanks for watching this amazing video of 5 different methods of finding HCF. Do share it. Thanks for watching. All the best.